I heard a saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I will ask a question. Does that also count when the person is looking into the mirror? I am seeing where a lot of women, especially black women, are acting like they don't love what they see when they look into a mirror. Let me say this first, please. I am not saying something to be mean, nor am I trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to pass judgment. I bring this up because really I hate it when someone attacks a woman trying to take away her self-esteem by putting her down. More times than anything, ladies, if this is coming from a man who does this towards you, he is probably that type of guy who says to you, don't nobody want you but me. Don't believe it. Don't believe that crap. My advice to you is to steer away from any man who says this or anything like that. It is a control tactic to belittle you while building himself up. But the only way this works is if you believe it. Your self-esteem should be for you to love yourself first. You can't please everybody, so why try? The negative for me is when a woman runs to surgery and changes their looks. Why? To please someone else? When I see certain women, gorgeous women, pretty women, even superstar women, seem to have looked into a mirror and said to themselves, yuck, I don't like me. The obvious ones when I speak about this are, look, Kim, for those who don't know what she has done, look at this. Can somebody explain to me what could have been said to this young lady for her to destroy her self-esteem and do something like this to herself? Because I don't get it. What about Serena Williams? Please don't think that I am being mean. I'm going to apologize again because this is not what I'm trying to do. But here is where we are now. Am I wrong when we look at these women? And these are basically the celebrities of it. These aren't the everyday women that's going out here and doing this to themselves. Does anybody see the problem? I am such a long time fan of Serena. So this is weird to me. Very. And let me say, of any of the women that I'm speaking of, if there is a medical condition involved that I have no knowledge of, I apologize right now if it is a medical involved situation. But even still, there is a question of overdoing it, even if it was medical. This isn't a new thing, and I don't want you all to think that. As I stated before, music fan as well. In those 70s, I particularly remember the change in the face of Patti LaBelle. I remember the change that was done to Stephanie Mills. And in both cases, from my remembrance, it was their noses. And my thing is, was this coming from record executives? You need to change that. You can't have that nose out here. We can't have people seeing you look like that. Okay. I'm not disputing that they would probably agreed with it because they thought their careers were at stake. When I spoke of Serena, if you did not watch tennis at the time when Venus Williams and Serena Williams were 14, 15, 16, 17, their father, Richard Williams, he did not allow them to play in the regular tennis circuit that young tennis players were going through at the time. And a lot of it stemmed from what their father saw as the racism and the hatred and the differences being treated between the little white girls and the little black girls at the time. There was even a situation, my memory, I do believe it was North Carolina, where they treated them so terrible with racial yells and hateful words that their dad pulled them out in the middle of a tournament, walked them away, and at that time they said that they would never play there again. Now, I do remember that Venus and Serena went back and played again, but it was probably a good almost 20 years later before they went to that event. That's how bad they were done. So it wasn't just that one event, and it wasn't just the United States. So when I speak about Serena Williams, I am hoping and I am praying that that is not the reason of what I'm seeing in Serena Williams today. Some people say she had chemical surgery to lighten her skin. Some people, and she, say that it is makeup. But whenever you get done with it, the pictures are not being doctored. And there is a difference between Serena's natural skin from the tennis playing days to the skin that she is posting in these pictures, along with the stringy blonde wig. And me being a Serena fan that I've always been, it's not a good look. And that's me being nice. It's not a good look. I'm only showing you all these pictures, not to attack Serena, but to verify from what I'm saying. And I want to show you the beauty that she was compared to what someone's standard of beauty is what she's looking like today. It's not a good look. I'm going to be honest. It's like she went from pretty to destroying herself. I'm going to leave that alone when it comes to this, because I love her as a tennis player and the fan that I was. So no attack, Serena. If you ever hear this here, I'm sorry. I'm speaking some truth. To all the ladies, to the black ladies who've done this, to the white ladies who have done this. The reason why I want to speak upon it is that we have little girls that out here emulate you all. They are looking at you and they're like, I got a job, so I want my booty done. I got some money, so I want my breasts done. Then I'll show them off in public. I got some money, or maybe my parents gave me money and I got my face reconstructed in the name of trying to get away from what you used to look like. And in almost every situation, the woman was prettier before. Serena Williams was prettier before. Lil Kim was prettier before. Nicki Minaj was prettier before. I'm not making it up. I'm showing pictures to prove my stance. A lot could be age, a lot. But with Nicki Minaj, it's not just her face that I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of her body. And while I'm saying so, I'll go also and throw in K. Michelle as well. In some situations, we have women that will come back after the fact and apologize to little young ladies and tell them that they regret what they've done to themselves, and they hope that other young ladies coming up won't do the same that they did. But in a lot of situations, when it comes to media, they'll report the first part, but they won't report the apology or the correction. A lot of the times, the pressure comes from men, be it their boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, or whatever. A lot of times, it comes from their haters, record executives, agents, trolls, family members, opportunists. But somehow, some way, somehow, someone got in their ear and told them they weren't pretty enough. Something just not right. Something is just not right. The nose, the hair, the breasts, the booty, the stomach. And that woman either has so much low self-esteem about themselves, they go, okay, I'm going to change what you want me to look like. Or look at it from a professional standpoint. They might say, well, if I don't do it, they're not going to put my record out. If I don't do it, I'm not going to get into that movie. That is a dilemma. I look at that more and hopefully more believable than someone just telling them that they don't like the way they look and they change stuff. In some cases, as we know, they go so far to even change their skin color. That is drastic. When you look at Lil Kim, someone say, hey, man, you don't know. Lil Kim was in an abusive relationship and this happened and this happened and this happened. What does that have to do with your skin color changing? What does that have to do with the long, stringy blonde wigs? By the time you get done with them blonde wigs and that facial stuff, we still don't think you look like Kim Kardashian. And I am not putting Kim Kardashian on a pedestal. I'm talking skin color. Any woman of age that lets another person tell them what their standard and vision of beauty is and tell you that they're going to sculpt you into their vision of a standard of beauty and you let it happen, it's only because your self-esteem was low. Ladies, please work on your self-esteem. I'm talking about everyday ladies right now. I'm not talking about the dreamers, the wannabe actors, the wannabe singers. If you're in the neighborhood and that dude calls you ugly or whatever, you let him be known. Because they only are doing it because they're going to say to you, don't nobody want you but me. And it's not only a lie, it's a damn lie. They're only doing it to mess with your psyche, kick you low on your self-esteem, and have you build them up while they're trashing you down. I'm not saying no secrets. I'm telling you something that your mama should have told you. And in a lot of cases, I hope your daddy would have told you. I don't care if you're skinny or heavy. I don't care if you're dark skinned or brown skinned, light skinned. I don't care if you got a pimple or freckles. There is beauty in the eye of the beholder. Find him or her, if that's your lifestyle. Find the one that likes you as you look. Don't change your looks for nobody. It's not going to work out in the end. Because what if you did that? What if you went so far and changed all your looks and everything else, and you with that person for 1 year and 2 months and they gone? And now the next person look at you and say, nah, I like you like you used to be. I wish I'd have had you then. In a lot of cases, you can't get that back. Some of these surgeries are irreversible. Don't forget that. I want that to be the most important thing you look at. Besides the money you spent that you could have probably got a better place to live, and in some cases having to raise your kids better. So I'm going to close that out right now. I really wanted to say this here. I named some names. There are other names that could have been placed as well, but I'm not doing it as an attack. I'm just going by the most popular people that you can understand, an example that I can show. So with that being said, please, if you will, give me some likes, if you will. Comment about what you say. If you see somebody else I might have forgotten, bring that up. If you think I'm being too harsh, bring that up. But when it's all said and done, I hope you all are doing well. You have a wonderful day, and I'll try to catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.